Today we're going to talk about a word called the complement. And we looked at it on the last video when we were looking at predicate adjectives or adjectives in the predicate. Once again, I'm going to write it out so you can see it. Complement. C-O-M-P-L-E-M-E-N-T. Complement. Now, a compliment is not, oh, you're a nice person, oh, you're beautiful, oh, you're cute. No. Complement means completing. If I want to praise you, I would say C-O-M-P-L-I-M-E-N-T, but this is an E, okay? And I'm going to write this on the video too so you can see it and watch my terrible handwriting here. So let's take a look at complements. Anything following a being verb is called a complement. These are my being verbs. Remember that? Anything that answers what or who. Let me put it that way. Any word or group of words that answers who or what after a being verb is called a what? Complement. So if it answers what or who after a being verb, it's called a what? Complement. What's it called? A complement. Well, enough with the terminology. Let's see what it actually means. On the last video, we looked at our being verbs. Remember our being verbs? Is, were, was, are, and I had am here somewhere. There it is, am. So your being verbs, once again, am, is, are, was, and were. Those are really helpful to know because we use them all the time to describe people. So for example, on the last video we said John is what? What is John? I want to describe John or Mary or whomever, and I said John is nice. That answered my question about what? John is nice. You see that? And this word what, this word that answers the question what is an adjective because it describes John. But guess what? Yes, I know it's an adjective because it describes John, but it's also called a what? Complement. Why? Why is it called a complement again? Let me see if you remember. It's called a complement because it comes after a being verb. So that's what a complement is. Any word or group of words that comes after a being verb and answers the question, what, is a complement. And if it answers the question, who, it's also a complement. The last time we focused on answering the question, what? And we used our red cards to do that, right? So now I want to answer the question, who? John is who? So let me get rid of these reds here. You're going to need some green cards for this one. John is who? John is who? And you can ask it this way, who is John? Who is John? And what if I wanted to say, John is my friend? So I can replace who with the words my friend. And guess what these words are? They follow a being verb, so they must be called a what? Complement. They're a complement. So adjectives or predicate adjectives are one type of complement, but in this lesson we'll see another type of complement is what's called the predicate noun. Yes, because friend is a noun. We have adjectives in the predicate, and they are called predicate adjectives. We have nouns in the predicate, and guess what they're called? Predicate nouns. Some fancy person even called them predicate nominatives. Predicate nominatives. Boy, that really sounds important. Sounds like a disease, actually. But predicate nominatives or predicate nouns. They're in the predicate. Remember, there's my verb, and my predicate begins with my verb. So this is my subject, John. John is my friend. My predicate is my friend. That's my predicate. Let me put it over here so you can see it. That's my predicate, is my friend. And now I have this wonderful sentence, John is my friend. The predicate is my friend. The word that names John, once again, is my friend. So if I remove this, I could say John equals my friend. That's what John, the same words, you see? Let me put it here, right here. I can put an equal sign right here between John and my friend. These words, let me arrange that properly once again. These words mean exactly the same thing. John and my friend. This word John, the subject, equals this term, my friend. And this term is called the predicate noun. I'm going to write that on a card and put it right above it so we can't mistake it, okay? What's it called? The predicate, P-R-E-D-I-C-A-T-E, the predicate noun. Because it answers the question, John is who? Or you can even say, John is what? John is my friend. What is John? John is my friend. Who is John? John is my friend. See, this is called a predicate noun. Why? Because friend is a noun, and it's occurring in the predicate. The predicate is every single thing here is my friend, okay? But John equals friends. And you will notice that the noun in the predicate is going to rename or equal that subject. It's going to be saying the same thing, just in different words, all right? Let's put it back now. Let's try another one, or maybe you want to try one, okay? Let's try Frederick Douglass. We'll replace John. And Frederick Douglass, and instead of saying is, because he's no longer alive, we'll say was, and he's definitely not my friend, so let's get rid of that. Frederick Douglass was who? Who was Frederick Douglass? Well, again, I know that this is a being verb, so whatever comes after this being verb is going to be called a complement. Is it going to be an adjective complement, or is it going to be a noun complement? Is it going to be a predicate adjective, or is it going to be a predicate noun? They're both complements, right? The question is, which one will it be? Well, I know it's going to be a noun because it's going to rename Frederick Douglass. So let's see. Frederick Douglass was who? Who was Frederick Douglass? I'm going to say a great American. He was a great American. Frederick Douglass was a great American. That's who he was, a great American. And so there I have it. And I've named him now. And again, Frederick Douglass was a great American. This is a complement. It comes after a being verb, but it's also a noun, okay? A noun. American. Well, that might be a little confusing because the word great is in there too, but I'm naming him. Frederick Douglass was a great American. Was what? A great American. All right, let's try another one that's maybe even simpler. Let's go back to John, okay? John is, or you know what? Forget about John. Let's see if we can name it. Let's use the pronoun it, or even it. It is. So what is it? Let's see. It is ice cream. Okay. It is ice cream. It is what? And I'm going to put the word what back here so you see it again. Okay. It is what? It is ice cream. So here, take your pronoun or your noun card, put it next to a being verb, and then ask what. It is what? It is ice cream. It is ice cream. And there I have it now. Great example of what this does, why this is a complement and called a predicate. Well, here's what I want you to do. Get some green cards. Okay, you can write anything on them if you want to. Use some noun cards or pronoun cards. Get a yellow card, a being verb. Put them right next to each other. And then ask what. It is what. Okay? And then make them complete that sentence. All right? But use a noun instead of an adjective. If I say John is president, let's get John back here again. Or let's say my friend. My friend is the president. My friend is who? Because I can ask who also. My friend is the president. Okay, the president. I'm going to write that down here somewhere so we get it. My friend is the president. Wow, I have a very famous friend. He is the president. Let me write that down. The president. My friend is the president. So I'm renaming my friend. Who is my friend? The president. My friend equals president. And that's how I know that that is a complement. It's called a subject complement. Long story short, it is a noun that renames the word my friend. This is a difficult concept. We're going to work with it a bit, okay? All right, so see you in the next video as we take a look at nouns, adjectives, complements, and the whole thing.